You're listening to the podcast that's definitely not about gaming. It's...
No gaming.
Yeah, no gaming. It's the nature and things and stuff.
Yeah.
The nature stuff thingy show on the Perimeter Podcast Network. Guys, how's everything going?
It's all good.
Yeah, going good. We're getting ready to
record.
Do the podcast about, nature trails and not playing video games, stuff like
Definitely
that.
not video games.
Mm-hmm. It's the last thing on our minds.
Alright, cool, man. I mean, really appreciate this new direction y'all going in. I'm glad y'all were able to, be open to the Dean's ideas and everything. Like I said, you're both really talented guys. It's just, video games, they can only go so far,
Yeah.
So anyway, what are you calling the show anyway?
Trails and
nature and stuff.
And business.
Yes, and business.
Well, time needs a little bit of work, but hey, we can work on that in post-editing. Alright, well anyway guys, once again, just want to wish you good luck, and remember, no video games.
No video games.
Alright, well, I'll take my leave, and I'll leave you to it.
Alright. Who made that Dean guy the boss anyway? I don't know. I'm tired of that guy. Alright, so hey everybody. Welcome to the Not Gaming Podcast. A podcast that is totally not about games. This is your host, not Jared. And here with me is our co-host, definitely not Valentino.
I am definitely not Valentino.
Alright, so that Dean guy who keeps shutting us down is probably tuned out by now, fooled by our clever ruse. So let's talk about some video games. Today we will be talking about multiplayer games and multiplayer-only games. Multiplayer gaming is part of what makes this hobby great, from getting some friends together in the living room and playing Super Smash Bros., to connecting with people around the world. You get this broad spectrum of possibilities. Connectivity has become a common staple within our society, and gaming has followed suit. The new generation of consoles can connect with friends with the touch of a button, and now when you turn the consoles on, you are immediately connected to the internet. The fact that video games allow us to connect with other players worldwide is one of the greatest things about gaming. On consoles, it all started out with the 6th generation. The PlayStation 2, the Xbox, the fondly remembered Dreamcast. Do you remember the Dreamcast?
Oh, the Dreamcast.
I had one, actually. I won it. It was ahead of its time, I'll have to say.
Oh, yes, it was.
Among others. Of course, it started out much earlier on PC, but that's a lot of information. That's a whole podcast episode on its own.
They're still making Dreamcast games.
Oh yeah, I heard that. The last one they made.
Still making Dreamcast
just a few years ago they made another one. On the PlayStation, with a DSL connection and a compatible game, one could compete head-to-head with other gamers. I remember the first game I played online was SOCOM US Navy SEALs. That game was a blast. Just playing online with people, making friends, and back then, the fact that I could talk to somebody through my PlayStation was just a crazy concept. What was your first online game?
For me, it was, oh my god, the glorious Quake 2. It was such a good game. I mean, like, that game, I firmly believe because Quake 2, there are all these other games. I feel like there will be no Halo without Quake 2. There will be none of these other ridiculous shooters because Quake 2 just kind of set that standard of how a shooter should be and its craziness. Mm-hmm. Except that whole go look for the spawn place of the super weapon, and next thing you know, that guy spawning that, and it's like, that's real great. Thanks for capping it. But again, Quake 2, nothing but fond memories.
Absolutely. Quake 2, I agree, definitely laid the groundwork. But I think that the Xbox led the charge in bringing multiplayer gaming to the forefront, gaining attention with, Halo Combat Evolved, which was not online, but split-screen multiplayer game and was immensely popular. And it later set the standard for online gaming when they launched Xbox Live and released an unforgettable multiplayer experience with Halo 2. But a lot has changed since then. Like, nowadays, sometimes when you buy a game, you don't get a single-player campaign. Now, that is fine for games that have a lot of multiplayer content, like Counter-Strike or something like that. But this console generation has really not set the bar very high for online-only titles, especially with the $60 price tag these games come with. What do you think about charging full price, $60 for an online-only game?
Yeah, like, for me, which basically tackles all of my issues with the gaming industry, it all comes down to content. is the game worth the price? Will I keep playing this game after the initial high? And I'll give you some examples, and I'll state the companies that basically delivered and who didn't deliver. So you have EA. They have Battlefield, Battlefront, and
Battlefield Heroes.
The great game that was supposed to basically save the world, Titanfall. Oh, Titanfall. That game was supposed to be the next big thing, and where is it now? It flopped so bad because it had that initial high, but it didn't have anything to hold people. And what's going on with Battlefront? People saying the same thing, like they made this game, and they said, hey, you know all that stuff that was in the last Battlefronts decades ago? It's gone now. And it's like, is this game still worth the price? Now, I've heard they've been they're getting ready to release some free content, and we'll see in time how that pans out for them. But for a game that did it right, for a company that did it right, let's look at Nintendo with Splatoon. Nintendo, there's a portion of gamers that rag on them because they're always making kid stuff, and what gets me is that they always hold to their core of what a game should be. Splatoon came out with enough content that would last, and they drip fed us content over a bunch of months, and so people
free
are
content,
now
right?
free content. So paying $60 for this game was a great investment because you knew you were getting more, and you knew it would be fulfilling. Because the people that play Splatoon, they love it, and people that hate on it, when they play it, they love it too. It's a great game. Now I'll bring up one more company, Activision. And here's where the gaming industry really starts getting tricky. We have Black Ops 3. Now we're in our current generation, and people and companies are starting to leave off last gen. So Black Ops 3, you pay $60, you get the campaign, and you get the multiplayer. That is how it's always been with Call of Duty. Even the ones that aren't Black Ops, Modern Warfare, you get your campaign and you get your multiplayer. Full price. Mm-hmm. Now, for this current generation and the last gen, with Black Ops 3, they completely did not develop the campaign for last gen, and they only had the multiplayer portion for full price. That's a problem. That is a problem. Why are we paying the same price just because we haven't upgraded? And so now, when you think about it, with how gaming began and how it is now, they have made multiplayer a premium product. Think about the beginning of games. You have the single-player campaigns. They just want you to play their games. And then the magic of multiplayer was invented. Yeah. And now you have single-player and multiplayer games. They're single and multi. And now, what was a standard is now something premium. Not only are they making multiplayer games only, they're making them for current gen, which... what's happening? Force you to pay to play online. It wasn't like that before, at least with one of them, but now they're all following suit. Now you have to pay your internet bill, pay to play a game online, and that game itself only has the online portion, and you're still paying full price. And if I'm going to be doing that, like I said before, it's all about content. As long as it's worth the price, it's okay. And as it stands now, it's really 50-50. Like, I can't say that they have been for the better, because it hasn't. Like with a game that has seen both sides of this, Destiny. Destiny was trash when it first came out. People said they weren't fulfilled. But what happened? Bungie released a ton of content. Sure, you had to pay for it, but the consensus is it totally made up for it, and the game is now worth it. And not only did they do that, now it kind of is bad in a way, because if you bought the game, you bought full price. But now they're giving you they're giving you Destiny plus the new content for the same price. That's good for newcomers, but it will leave them bitter. The Taken King contains all of the expansion packs. So you can buy the Taken King, it's called the Legendary Edition. You buy Destiny, the Taken King Legendary Edition, and it has everything for the price of what year one people bought. And so while you think the progression is good, it just really says something that, they didn't even try to they didn't even say, hey, we'll just let you guys, if you own Destiny, you can get it for free. They charged them almost another full game to upgrade if you had already bought the game. And so Destiny is caught in the middle. Hey, we get all this content now, we're fulfilled for a good price, but what about the people that paid before?
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's a step in the right direction, but it's only after we've taken 2 steps back.
Exactly.
You know, there's still definitely progress to be made. And when I think about the next-gen multiplayer-only titles, really the first thing that comes to my mind is Rainbow Six Siege. It is a full-priced game that features competent gameplay, but not a lot of content for your money. Developers do offer updates and new content, but sometimes that comes with a fee as well. And with the base game, you may not get a lot of hours into it until encounters begin to feel familiar as you start to memorize the maps, and eventually they go from familiar to dull. Now, it's not that I hate these games. In fact, I really like them, but I think they could be handled better. I know I talk about price a lot, but I really think that selling these games at $60 hurts what the game could have been. The most important aspect of a multiplayer game is how many people actually play it. If a company were to sell these games at a lesser price, then more people would make up its community, and the game would last longer, making the developers more money and getting you more bang for your buck. You mentioned Titanfall earlier. I think if it was sold for cheaper, it would still be alive. It would still have populated servers, or maybe a single-player campaign. But the steep, price-to-content ratio just made the purchase not worth it. Appropriate pricing makes communities that thrive.
Exactly.
I've been playing Helldivers a lot. My game of 2015, I got it for $20, and I know that I would probably be enjoying it a little bit less if it was more expensive. $20 is what it was worth. So when I play, I feel like the experience is worth the money. There's also another model, which is free-to-play multiplayer-only games. I'm going to talk about MOBAs for a minute. The MOBA is one of the fastest growing genres. MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. Some examples of popular MOBAs are League of Legends, Dota 2. Why I mention this specific genre is because they are the most popular and active free-to-play games. The free-to-play model, while not perfect, I think is preferable, obviously to charging full price and then dripping you content at $20 a pop. And the free-to-play model is part of what has led to the huge amount of success for this genre. You can simply download the game and start playing it. But there are some problems with this style as well. The developer needs to make their money somehow. So with real money, the players can buy in-game items. And we covered this a little bit in the previous episode, so y'all probably know what's about to come. You can buy cosmetic items, but a lot of times you can buy superior equipment that can help you win the game, which is absolutely not fair. Dota 2 and League of Legends are largely, I'm not going to say absolutely, I'll say mostly, free of these pay-to-win situations, but there are games such as EA's long-dead Battlefield Heroes that just pay to win all the way. It was more money-based than skill-based. I think Dota and League do it right. Also, a few other mentionable titles, Warframe and War Thunder. While they're not as popular as Dota or League of Legends, and do allow some level of pay-to-win, you can get different gear, or such as War Thunder, different planes, but they may or may not actually be as good. A player can outskill you, but I still think you shouldn't be able to get the plane with a more powerful engine with real money.
Warframe, aka better free Destiny.
It is actually. I just started playing it recently. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why I didn't get into it sooner. But these games really stand out because they're as good and filled with as much content as the games you pay for. It's kind of weird that a lot of free games actually last for a long time. A lot of the expensive, AAA title. Fancy games die out. The servers die out pretty fast. What do you think of free-to-play games? Do you play anything? Dota, League of Legends, anything like that?
I have League of Legends on my computer, but I never play it. Oh God, I don't know why I have it, but I have it. I don't know. The gamer in me says I have to have it, but I just kind of stopped playing a game I've been playing since 2009, which is a game called Aeon, the Tower of Eternity. And that is a game that started off pay to play, and basically you paid your monthly subscription. And with the new thing in gaming, in online gaming, is moving to a free to play model. I was really worried, but I had to stop paying because I was in a different college at the time. And so I had to spend my money wisely. But they ended up becoming free to play, and they did this in different continents. They were in the EU and NA. The EU did a very, very tier-based free-to-play model, where NA, they had balls. They said, guess what? We're going to call ourselves Aeon completely free. Like, literally called it completely free. And they gave you everything for free, and even before, with content updates, you got full updates for free, even if you were paying. But now everything is free, and they introduced a cash shop. NCSoft, one of the companies that did it correctly, because everything on there is just nothing but cosmetic. And some people see that this is a problem. It creates the haves and the have-nots, and while I slightly agree with that, I feel that, well, that's just how our world is. Some people have more money, they can make themselves look prettier. So I try not to be bitter about it, because some of the stuff can even be gotten in-game. But nonetheless, they created a cash shop, and money just flows in. And it's so well because they're still going. They've been free to play for about, I think, 2 or 3 years now. I can't remember when exactly. I forget.
It's a long time for a lot of free to play games don't make it.
Exactly.
But,
like, it's been out since 2009. It started off pay to play, but now it's free to play, and it's working fine. I mean, like, in terms of like upgrades and stuff, sure, you can buy like an experience boost, but it's nothing crazy like, oh, somebody killed 3 animals and they go a level. The same person kills 3 animals and they go 5 levels. It's nothing ridiculous. It's just stuff to say, hey, if you want to run a little faster, you can, but you're still going to be even. You're still going to have skill to like match up with people. And I think that they did it right, and I think free-to-play can be done right. It depends on who's at the head of these companies. People that want gamers to have fun, or people that want to make money. And you can't really begrudge the people that's like, hey, I see this and I want to make money. And it just comes with the changing demographics. And, well, while I can't be mad at them, you still have that resentment towards, how you felt the community used to be and how it is now. And it's all about finding that balance. And I think that with all the bad that's out there in the gaming industry, I feel like it's so diverse now that it's all about the consumer being able to find what they're looking for and, what they're willing to pay. And I think it's totally possible now. So I will give it that.
All right, I got another question for you. What is your best multiplayer gaming memory?
Oh, man. Call of Duty kill streaks. I am not good in Call of Duty. And so I was playing Black Ops. And
which one?
I think it was Black Ops 2. And essentially, because I think I was on a boat. Yeah, I was on a boat. It had to be Black Ops 2, I believe. So I was on a boat, Black Ops 2, right? So, like I said, I'm not good, so I can get a few kills and, maybe get a crate to drop in. But, oh my God, it was amazing. For some reason, I was playing really well, it's not that I was super focused, I was being super casual. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna race this time. I'm just gonna, you know what, forget it. And it clicked in my head, I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna go out there and shoot at people. And before I knew it, I had popped 3 dudes in the head so fast, and I was like, oh, okay. And I saw my kill streak get really high. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I actually can call in specialties. And oh my God, I didn't realize that I had it. So I had it for a while. And it was a point where everybody was spawned on the map. And of course, what do? I call in a freaking strike.
Yes.
Nobody was under anything. Do you know how beautiful that is? No cover.
Seeing your name up on the billboard. Just
exactly, just pop up. And it's like, oh my God, I really just struck the whole... Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, if I was a streamer, that'd be my career highlight. And
yes.
I mean, it was amazing.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. Mine would probably be, it's going to sound kind of lame, but I met Dan Abnett in Battlefield Heroes. I know it's Battlefield Heroes. I was young, though, and I didn't know the evil that was EA yet, so forgive me. Anyways, he's like a sci-fi writer. He's pretty famous in England, and I was a huge fan of his writing. So to show him how grateful I was, I actually would find him out and kill him. And I had so much I don't know why I was being such a jerk to him, but I was like, yes, he's famous, and I'm getting him. He was actually really bad at the game. I wonder why he didn't buy some better weapons with all the money he makes as a novelist. Oh wait, I forgot. Nobody makes money writing.
This dude's probably on the other side of his computer. Man, you have a weird way of showing your love.
Yeah, well, I was
I hope I never meet you.
I was like, hey, you wrote he writes for Games Workshop, 40K,
Oh, okay.
and he was just like, yeah, I didn't really seem to want to talk to me, but whatever. Here's another one, actually. I'm going to tell one of the students once. And this is kind of like a good story. This is kind of like a feel-good story coming out from Newton campus, of course, as always, because I'm from Newton campus. He was playing League of Legends, and everyone was just being super salty. And if you don't know, they were just being really unfriendly. And 8 minutes into the game, he gets a kill on someone playing the hero, Annie. So he says, "Annie, are you okay?" And this game full of people who were previously enemies suddenly just start singing in unison. Like, they got like Queen songs, like all these different songs. And he met two of his best gaming friends from his impromptu jam, and that's good times.
That is awesome.
Good memories. So, good times.
That is beautiful on the spot comedy.
I know. I love it when that just, harmony happens.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot in MOBAs. You get a lot of salt in MOBAs. Hope you guys had a good time listening to us talk about nature and stuff and, granola bars. And until the next episode, as always, drink responsibly.
Hey guys. So how'd it go? How'd the show go?
It was great.
It was great. We talked about nature and stuff.
Yeah, talk about
all right, cool.
bears.
Yeah, I heard some of it coming in, man. Y'all got to go get. See, man, y'all need video games, man. Y'all got good chemistry and everything, man. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, and we were actually just about to sign off. Game responsibly. Goodbye.
Game responsibly.
Wait, what? Get back here! The Nature, Business, and Wildlife Show, I think that's what they called it, was not hosted by Jared Todd or Valentino Hanson and was not written by either one of them. It was executive produced by Ben Abrams and has been a presentation of the Perimeter Podcasting Network, the podcast network from the Collegian, the newspaper for Georgia State's Perimeter College. For more news, interviews, photos, and information, you can find them online at collegiannews.com, as well as their Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram pages. And for more podcasts, you can find them online at soundcloud.com/GSU Perimeter Pod or on their YouTube page, which is Perimeter Pod Net. Hey everyone, it's Ben Abrams, the executive editor from the Collegian and one of the creators of the newly named Perimeter Pod Network. And I'm here just to talk about some of the stuff that'll be happening at Perimeter over the next couple of weeks. On April 6th at 5 p.m., the Film Club will be having its annual film festival over in the Jim Cherry Lecture Center. Will be the downstairs library lobby on the Clarkson campus. If you don't know where that is the building with all the glass windows, on it, right next to the campus cafe. But anyway, like I said, annual film festival. Students will get to participate and vote on which short film they like the best. Go down and check it out myself, and I'm really looking forward to it. Also on April 7th, the Art Club will be having its annual art exhibit in the Gallery of the F building on the Clarkson campus. This is when, talented members of the art club will get to showcase their art for, people to come in to see. Another great event, get to showcase good local talent. And finally, our friends over from the in Wellness Recreation Centers, they gave us some things that they wanted us to pass on to other folks. Right now until April 27th, they got an outdoor intramural soccer league that is going on right now over on the soccer field, right next to the parking deck and right next to the football stadium. That's where, the Lady Jags used to play their ball, before the consolidation happened. But anyway, like I said, just some really good things going on right now. If it's anything like the Rec Basketball League, you're bound to see some good action. So I would say go on over there, check it out. They also got one going on in Dunwoody right now. And actually, interesting thing is that, when they do the playoffs, they're going to kind of have this World Cup of a perimeter thing going on right now, where the Clarkson winner will play the Dirty winner for the championship game. Also going on from the Wellness and Rec Center, some fitness classes that will be going on from now until the end of the month. Room CG014 on the Clarkson campus. We have yoga that goes from now until April 27th. You can catch that every Monday and Wednesday from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We also have Aqua Zumba, which will be happening in room CG 1130 on the Clarkson campus. That'll be going from now until the 28th. You can catch those on Monday and Wednesday from 5:15 to 6:15. and cardio kickboxing, which will be happening in room CG0140, the same room as yoga. You can catch that from now until April 28th, and that will be on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And finally, for anyone who's maybe looking for a relaxing activity they can do, even just to get their mind off of classes, they also have a walking program which will be going on right now until April 22nd. They have some prizes for anyone who can walk 10, 15, 30, even 50 miles. So anyone looking just for an activity that just help them blow off some steam, or get their mind off things, or even just to relax. Like I said, this walking program might be a good fit for you. For more information, check out Coach Robert Edwards. He's downstairs in the G building on the Clarkson campus, or you can get in touch with Jonetta Kelly at jonetta.kelly@gpc.edu. Again, jonetta.kelly@gpc.edu. All right, so like I said, a lot of great things happening here around the campuses of Perimeter, and just go check them out. And if there's anything that you'd like to let us know, feel free to reach out to us on our Collegian Facebook page or on our Twitter page, and just let us know about some stuff that's happening around the area.